Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Adrienne Ross Show, the basketball edition. I'm going to throw a name out to you. Let's see if it sounds familiar, if it rings a bell at all. Monika, please forgive me for jacking up Monika's name for most of this video. It's not Czinano, as I kept saying, but Czinano. I don't know why it just doesn't trip naturally off my tongue. But anyway, you know who I'm talking about. Monika Czinano. Does that sound familiar to anybody? Yeah, she was Caitlin Clark's teammate at Iowa. I've shown footage of her before when I was showing how Caitlin and she were running the pick and roll. That was early in the season. Well, today I was watching a little bit of the 2023 NCAA Final Four, where you had Iowa Hawkeyes versus South Carolina Gamecocks. And what's interesting about this is that you have on the floor Caitlin Clark and Kate Martin, her teammate, of course. Also, Czinano was on that team. Playing for South Carolina, we've got Aaliyah Boston, we've got Victoria Saxton, we have Camila Cardoso, and I'm thinking about what Stephanie White said about really wanting them, obviously, to play fun, fast-paced, up-tempo basketball, and yet also talking about defense, how important defense is. And I did a video just last night in which I emphasized that it's that defense that's going to lead to that fast-paced offense that we want to see. Well, I'm watching, and I had to just start recording because first of all, I'm so impressed by the level of intensity. It's no wonder that many people enjoy the college game over the WNBA game, or actually in the men's game as well. A lot of people prefer college basketball, just like many people prefer college football to the professionals. There was an intensity here, and I'm not talking about that physicality. I'm talking about intensity of play. And obviously, it's the Final Four, so you're going to find that. But I'm seeing something from Czinano. I know she's in Hungary. She's playing in Budapest. But I've heard people in the comments at times or in my live stream say, can we get Czinano back? And I'm telling you, I get it, because Caitlin and Czinano has such a chemistry that, like I said, I've shown before. But I want to show you right now how her defense leads to the ball in Caitlin's hand, and then the ball going down the court, up the court, however you want to call it, for an easy bucket. But it all starts on the defensive end, and it starts with Czinano, and it gets in Caitlin's hands. And you know, once that happens, oh my goodness, this was exciting. Take a look at this. So what you're going to see here is that Aaliyah Boston has the ball down on this end. And then she's going to give the ball up, and they're going to move on down the court. And you're going to see Victoria Saxton, playing for South Carolina, get deep position. But Czinano, that defense, Czinano says, give me a piece of that. And you're going to watch her defensive intensity, how she gets rid of the ball, gets it to Caitlin. Caitlin gets it up the floor to Warnock. 2 points. Beautiful. So let's check it out. Full speed. That's beautiful. So we're going to look at it slower. Okay, Aaliyah Boston right here. She's got the ball. They're pushing it up the floor. And then you've got Victoria Saxton playing for South Carolina. Of course, she's working her tail off, which we didn't get to see her do at Indiana because she was buried at the end of the bench. But here she is. She's getting deep position here. She's fighting. She's battling. She's battling. She's battling, right? And so here, the ball, she's got good position. So the ball's going to go down to her. She gets it. That defense comes to her, and you're going to see Czinano right here, and she's just going to totally just rip the ball out of her hand. I'm going to slow this down to half speed. Snatches it. You see that snatch? I mean, she just straight up snatches it and gets it right to Caitlin. Look at that. Just absolutely snatches it. There's Caitlin. Head is up. Head is up. Defense to offense. Above, right beyond Aaliyah. Easy bucket. Look at that intensity. Look at those jerseys surrounding Saxton. And look what happens. Snatch that. Give it to me. Give it to Caitlin. Boom. Defense to offense. Easy bucket right there. This is what we want to see, right? Exciting basketball. Rip on the defensive end. The pressure first. The rip. Give it to Caitlin. Hand it to Caitlin. Get it up the floor. Boom. Give me some Czinano back in Indiana. This is what we're going to get with better defense from the Indiana Fever. Now, let's change gears a little bit, but let's still keep our eyes on Czinano. Like I said, if we could get her, I think that would be cool. I'm not saying there aren't some bigs in the league that we could get, but I'm saying that that combination that's been used to playing with each other would be so cool. So here's another situation that is offense, and it's Czinano setting good screens, how Caitlin uses those screens and how it causes 2 points. Let's check it out. So here you're going to see the ball being inbounded, and let's just take a look at how it works its way back to Caitlin and how she gets these screens, 2 screens from Czinano, and what it ends up, how it ends up working out for them. Take a look at full speed, first of all. Czinano, CC and Czinano. So check it out. So the ball gets inbounded. Ball is inbounded to Kate Martin. CC's over here, and they're picking her up all the way. Dawn Staley's not playing. So here, the ball comes here. Kate Martin brings the ball up the floor. She drives to the basket. Leah Boston cuts her off, so she runs baseline. Now, what do we see? Caitlin is being guarded tightly here, but she's going to be able to get open. She does. She gets open. She gets the pass. Now, watch what happens. Watch. Here comes Czinano. Czinano is saying, come. I got a screen for you, right? This is what I mean. Like, we talked about how it seemed very difficult in the first season for Caitlin Clark for them to be able to get her open when there was pressure all over her. But look how Lisa Bluter has them working. So Czinano, again, she comes, she sets the screen right here for Caitlin, but that's not all she does. They stop her. Czinano doesn't give up. What does she do? Then she said another quick screen on the other side. Another quick screen. Caitlin uses the screen, and then Czinano rolls to the basket, and boom, buckets. So here it is again. Caitlin now has the ball. Czinano says, I got a screen for you. Sets the screen for Caitlin to go left. Caitlin goes left. She attempts to set the screen, right? She attempts to create the screen, but they go over the screen, which you got to do with Caitlin. Goes over the screen. Czinano says, that's okay. Let me come back. Now she sets another screen here, and there's Caitlin around, and then she rolls to the basket, bounce pass, 2 points. I know she's in Hungary, but this team is hungry for a championship. That was kind of corny, but you get it. Anyway, I like seeing that. And I don't know what contracts say. I don't know how all that works, but other people have been mentioning her. Be kind of interesting to see if there could be an opportunity to get her. Now, I want to show you something else. We're changing gears again. We've been talking about how the defense will lead to offense, how you need to get stopped so you can get fast breaks. And that's the norm. But when your mindset is run, you can throw your opponent off because you're looking to run even if you don't get a stop. Even if you are taking the ball out of the net, you can still have opportunities at times to push the pace. And that's what we're going to see right here. In this situation, South Carolina scores, but that doesn't stop Iowa from playing their brand of basketball. So you're going to see what happens. Ball comes out of the net and it's off to the races. Check it out. Now here you're going to see South Carolina pushing the ball up the floor themselves, pushing tempo. They're going to get the two. The ball is caught right out of the net. Ain't got no time to let it drop because we're trying to run, right? So we catch the ball out of the net, step out of bounds. Ball goes to Gabby Marshall. Caitlin is cutting to the center, as you should be doing on the break. So she cuts to the center, and then watch what happens. Full speed, let's go. South Carolina with the ball, and they're going to score. Catch it, step out, Gabby Marshall. Caitlin's cutting to the middle. Caitlin looks, boom, shoots a three. That mess is wild. That's the quickest bucket you're going to see, okay? That's not messing around. So they're pushing tempo, grab that. Look at that, and catch that right out, steps right out. Why? Because their mindset is run. They didn't get a stop, but they still played their brand of basketball. Marshall, Caitlin's coming. Boom. Caitlin, two dribbles, and just pulls up and shoots the three on a dime. Wow. That's some good stuff. Now, that didn't involve Czinano, but that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about that fast-paced basketball. And the intensity, to me, just seems so even more than I've seen in the WNBA. WNBA is priding themselves on physicality. I'm not saying that they don't have exciting basketball at times. Not at all. I mean, we've seen Indiana play, but this is college, and it's enjoyable, and they're playing defense. It's not like nobody's not playing defense. They're playing defense, but the offense, as we saw right there, is really exciting. So one more thing. This is with Czinano. Check this out. This is why I say, can we get Czinano? Czinano is going to take Aaliyah Boston to school with a nasty spin move. Let's look at this full speed, and then we'll break it down. Okay, here we go. So here the ball is being inbounded. Looks like Kate Martin. She gets it out top to Caitlin. Caitlin does a head fake, dribbles left, takes a shot from three, misses, right? But they get their hands on some of those balls. Iowa does. They get it back to CC. CC takes a dribble, and then Czinano is right here. Aaliyah and Czinano right here. CC's right here. Czinano's going to cut into here, going to rub right off of Aaliyah and spin on her. Watch this. Turn, just a nasty spin, and two buckets. That's the kind of aggressiveness that we know Aaliyah Boston can do, and we want her to be doing that for Indiana repeatedly. Czinano, you saw she ripped the ball away on defense down on the other end? Yeah, and now on offense, same kind of aggression. Same kind of aggression. So we need that from Aaliyah. So let's look at it again. Full speed. Only team to do misses. Back out. Here comes Czinano. Boom. Spin. All I'm saying is, can we get Czinano? Can we call up Hungary, Budapest, Hungary? Can we say we got something for you right here? I don't know. I liked what I saw too. I'm only showing you a few clips, but I liked what I saw too with Kate Martin and Caitlin, of course. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just asking the question. This is rebuild. We're rebuilding, right? We're building. We are. You know, we changed everything. They done brought in a new president, a new GM, a new coach. I know they're going to be picking up players and doing some stuff. Again, I don't know what contracts say overseas and all this stuff. I don't know, but I'm just dreaming. It would be kind of cool to see her, and also cool when they get that defense going, when Stephanie White gets that defense going, to see that defense turn to offense, but also have that mindset that even with the ball coming through the net, there are times that you're going to be able to push that ball. Obviously, they've got to be able to play in the half court as well. But the less they have to do. Hey, let's roll. Anyway, what do you think? I appreciate your comments. Make sure you subscribe, like, share. I'll catch you next time, God willing. God bless you abundantly.